I want to thank the students, I want to thank faculty and staff, I want to thank our guests for coming out to celebrate with us this morning. Now we're about to start and have a wonderful time with our festivities. So we're going to open up first with greetings and remarks from our assistant principal, Mrs. Rodriguez.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. Good morning, staff. Good morning, visitors. And thank you all for coming. I hope that all of you have enjoyed the program so far. And we have a nice assembly program for you and then some great food. But before we get started, just wanted to give those of you who have never experienced the African American Festival a little bit of information on why we do the African American Festival. Twice a year we have really big celebrations. One is the African American Festival and the other is the Latin American Festival. The African American Festival is something that's really important and something that we celebrate every year at Westtown. At Westtown, not only do we celebrate, but we recognize the contributions that African American people have made to our country. Leading up to this event, our staff and students have researched many of the African American people that we know of and see in the spotlight all of the time. So this year's focus was entertainers and activists. It's typical for society to look at entertainers, athletes, or activists at the surface. Our students and staff went further than giving the surface details about these individuals. You see, this year the theme of our festival is more than just ... So the ... is what our students and staff had to look for together. The individuals that were in the spotlight today as you went through the rotations represent entertainers and athletes on the surface, but every one of them go above and beyond. They reinvest themselves in the community, they bring awareness to society about social issues, and they raise money for humanitarian causes like hunger, global warming, homelessness, or poverty, and many other things that you heard of today. Similar to our mission here at Greater Westtown Project, we hope to instill pride so that our students can go off and pursue the things they want in life, like college and careers. However, our job doesn't stop at developing our students for their academic endeavors or careers. Our goal is to develop individuals who are lifelong learners that will reinvest in their communities. Someone once said to me, "What good is your education if your life goal is to make money?" Your education only means something when you do something to help others. So go out and live your dreams, get your dream jobs, and make lots of money. But don't forget that others need you too. Be a selfless, community-oriented individual. And if you take anything away from today, it's to realize that everyone you learned about today is more than just an entertainer. They were extraordinary for their other works. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the program.
Now we're getting ready to turn the program over to our wonderful students, our scholars. So we're going to start with our Master of Ceremonies. He will give our opening greetings, which is Mr. Tevin Jackson.
Church boy. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Westtown's annual African American Fest. This year our theme is more than just. If any of you recall last year's theme, it was the beautiful struggle. This year we wanted to evolve a little bit further than that and go deeper than what we really are. For example, as beautifully as we talk about our struggle, we are more than just our struggles. Thanks to the hard work put into each homeroom presentation, we now know that we are more than African Americans, more than just athletes, politicians, entertainers, comedians, hair care professionals, and entrepreneurs. To help us continue to celebrate our theme, we have a wonderful program for you. I, Tevin Jackson, also with Diamond Reed and Keith Moore, will be hosting the show. Before I turn it over to Diamond, I would like everyone for us to stand as we begin the Black National Anthem. We will now be playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
All right.
Who wants to know that millionaire? Each team has been evenly divided on each homeroom. Team A is homeroom 1, 2, and 3. Team A. And Team B would be homeroom 4, 5, and 6. Okay, teams, here are the rules. Here are the rules. Listen. We have a series of 10 questions. You must wait until the question is read in its entirety by me. Then you may push the buzzer. Failure to wait until the end of the question will only result in 100 points. No matter how much the question is worth, you only get 100 points. Does everyone understand? Alrighty then. Now each team gets 1 lifeline. 1. Count with me now? 1. And that's to ask the audience, your audience. 50. Change the paper on me. 50-50. That's y'all 1 lifeline, 50-50. Your team captains. Who are the team captains? I need to know team captains. Tyrone. For Team B, Tyrone, and Team A, Elizabeth. All right. You may discuss your answers among each other, and then only your team captain can answer. All right. Now let's play Who Wants to Know That Millionaire? First question. As the first black man to play in the major league since the 1880s, he was instrumental in bringing an end to racial segregation in professional baseball, which had regulated black players into the Negro League for 6 decades. A. Jackie Robinson, B. P. Question 2. On December 1st, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks was arrested. Her actions was not the first kind. Irene Morgan and Sarah Lewis Keys had also been arrested for the same offense. That offense was A, entering a secondary school, B, learning how to read, C, refusing to give up a seat to a white person, D, robbing a restaurant. C, you were correct. Tear it up. Tear it up.
I thought you gotta wait till after the question. You read the question. No, wrong. You said after you read the question. You read it when you start. Because you read that.
I ate white love. The answer. See, you're right. All right. Next question. Next question. Question 3. In 2009, she received critical praise for her role in the film Precious, based on the novel Push by Southpaw. For this performance, she has won numerous awards, including an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, a Screen Actors Guild Award, a Golden Globe, and a BAFTA Award. Who was that? What is your answer? Is that your final answer? Tear it up. You're right. Tear it up. Only 100? All right. Next question. Yeah. 4. Question. A 5-time winner of the NBA Most Valuable Player Award and a 12-time All-Star, he was the centerpiece of the Celtics dynasty that won 11 NBA championships during his 13-year career.
Hey, Allen.
Hey, is that your final answer? Tear it up. You're right. You're right. All right. That's your final answer. Next question. 5. Born Sarah Breedlove was an African-American businesswoman, hair care entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. She made her fortune by developing and marketing a hugely successful line of beauty and hair products for Black people. Yellow. B, is that your final answer? You sure? All right, you're fine. Okay. Next question, please. Congratulations. I guess the game's I'm pumping. 6. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, there was a resurgence of interest in the minister, human rights activists, and public speaking among young people, which was fueled in part by his use of iconic hip-hop by groups such as Public Enemy. Images of this activist can be found on t-shirts and jackets. Is that your final answer? You're right. All righty then. He is an American comedian, actor, author, television producer, educator, musician, and activist who created the educational cartoon comedy series Fat Albert, which was about a group of young friends growing up in the city. Cool. Is that your final answer? All right, tear it up. All right. True American comic who has used his performance skills to convey to both white and black audience and his political message on civil rights. His social satire changed the way white Americans perceive African American media since he first performed in public. A, Big River, is that your final answer? D? All right, tear it up. Big Gregory. Oh, I ain't see it, I ain't see it. He is remembered as one of the most prolific running backs in history of American football. A 9-time Pro Bowl selectee, once held the league record for most career rushing yards, touchdown carries, and yards from scrimmage, all-purpose yards, and many other categories.
Like this.
See? Correct answer is C. What's picked? $1 million question. Frequently cited as the greatest boxer of all time, his performance in welterweight and middleweight divisions prompted sports writers to create pound-for-pound ranking, where they compare fighters regardless of weight. Sugar Ray Robinson? Alrighty. The answer is A. Sugar Ray Robinson. Alrighty. Team B has won. They have defeated Team A.
Dr. Conrad is our director of Northeast Illinois University. Jacob Caruso Center for Inner-City Studies. He is a writer, activist, and a scholar whose goal is to advance the cause of African independence and self-determination, both in the United States and internationally. Dr. World works to change the American public school curriculum to be exclusive of the contributions of Africans and African Americans. He earned his PhD from the University of Wisconsin and began teaching at Northeastern Illinois University in Chicago in 1976. In 1983, he played an important role in electing Chicago's first black mayor, Harold Washington. Dr. World founded the Task Force for Black Political Empowerment and is national chairman of the National Black United Front. He is the Economic Development Commissioner of the National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations in America, in COBRA, and served as the special consultant for the historic Million Man March in Washington, D.C. With great pleasure, I will introduce Dr. World.
Good morning, everybody. I'm old school hip hop. Are y'all with me? Old school. Hola. First of all, I want to say that I want to be more than getting angry for y'all for being disrespectful. That's number one. And I want to do that because in a few months I'm going to be 70 years old. And I'm sitting here thinking that many of you in this room are probably 15, 17, 18, 19. But the point is, every age you are in this room, I've been that age. And thank God I made it to where I am now, so I have something to say to you this morning. The first thing is I love you. I love you because you are the future for our people. And the African American community, in the Latino community, in the Puerto Rican community, and all of humanity. Hold tight, y'all. Because this month, February, see, we just don't do this month, February. There's a reason for this month. And let me just say that I used to be a basketball player, and I'm more than. I have been an activist, still am, but more than. Sometimes I'm funny and I can entertain, but I'm more than. I've attempted to give to humanity with the few resources that I have, more than. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and I've been around the horn. And so this month is so important to people of African descent who were captured and introduced into what we call the United States of America. Many of you have relatives still in Mississippi. Raise your hand. Some of you still have relatives in Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? And so your relatives that are in the South, and y'all up here, we didn't start here. We were captured. And so this long story that led to a month where a man said that we needed to acknowledge our contribution to not only this country, to the world, we need to just say his name this morning. Because in 1915, just a few years ago, it may seem like a long time ago to y'all, but he came to Chicago. What's his name? Who? Carter G. Woodson. Give yourself a big round of applause. Give yourself a big round of applause. Now, Mr. Woodson, now listen to this. Just think about 1915. Come on now, y'all. Be cool for a minute. 1915, Dr. Woodson came to Chicago, and if you're ever on the south side and you drive by 3763 South Wabash, that was the old Wabash YMCA. So if you go by the Y, you say, dog, that old man 10 years ago when I was over at West Town High School was telling me about Dr. Woodson staying in that building. Well, he lived there because he came to Chicago for a meeting. And the professors over at the University of Chicago, a guy by the name of Robert Park, called a meeting to discuss Negro folklore and invited Dr. Woodson. Dr. Woodson already had a PhD from Harvard. And Dr. Woodson refused to go to the meeting because he said black people had more than folklore. We had real history. So he didn't go to the meeting. He refused to go. So sitting around in the YMCA, he met other people who were interested in, back then we were called Negroes. That's an interesting story in and of itself. What the hell is a Negro? A colored person. Somebody calling you out of your name, giving you another language, and then giving you something to disconnect you from who you are. Y'all hear me? Because getting to this black thing took a minute. But Dr. Woodson, in the YMCA in 1915, created an organization called the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. So time goes on. This organization did a lot of good work, lifting up our people. But in 1926, remember this, because some of y'all will be mothers and fathers and all of that one day, so you can tell the story to your children. But in 1926, Dr. Woodson said that we should have set aside some time And we should study for a whole year. And then in February, when this year was up, we needed to have some time to acknowledge what we learned about the contributions of our people. And he called this Negro History Week. The second week of February, associated, we think, with the birth of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. So that's how all this got started, February, for black folk. Are y'all with me this morning? Because y'all are so beautiful looking and I got lost getting over here. But I'm glad I came. Now listen, what does this have to do with anything? Well, let me tell you what it has something to do with. It has something to do with getting inside your soul and your head to keep you from making the wrong decision. And because so many of our people don't have the right consciousness and spirit in their head, they keep feeding into the man who locks us up in penitentiaries all across America. Are y'all with me? Because they got this down to a science. It's called the prison industrial complex. They have it down to a science. So when I come here to speak to you today, during this month of February, to acknowledge the contributions of people of African descent, I'm trying to get in your soul. I'm trying to get in your spirit. I'm trying to make you understand that you really can be something, and I want it. Just think, if all black people in America would stop getting arrested, white folks wouldn't have no jobs. Do you hear what I'm saying? The money that they make off of arresting and locking us up in the court systems in America. Just think what this would do. Because we are not thinking. We are not thinking. So I want to get inside your soul, so when you may be out here tempted to do something because you want to have some resources in your pocket that you think you need through the method that you do this, that you think about it. Because the real people who control the industry that keeps so many of our young black men, particularly, and increasingly black women, locked up in the Cook County Jail, in Statesville, in Dixon, in Menard, in all of these penitentiaries in the state of Illinois, God damn it. And I want to say God damn it because when I go in these penitentiaries and speak, it makes me cry. That's what I want to talk about today. This is what this means. I want to save some lives. Because you are our future. Do y'all hear me? Are y'all listening to me this morning or what? Is this over your head? So when I hear names called in the various rooms, I went in, particularly the room on activism. What is an activist? More than an activist. When I listened to the discussion in that particular room today, when I heard somebody call out Dr. King, yeah, Dr. King was an activist, but there were thousands of activists that made Dr. King in the Montgomery Improvement Association. And on December 5th, 1955, when this black woman refused to give up her seat, and it became popular, but there were hundreds of other efforts before Rosa Parks, people who were activists. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going out here today and getting on a bus, having to get off the bus, going to the back of the bus, sit down on the back of the bus, white folks come, the bus gets filled, you got to sit up, stand up for white folks, and then if the bus gets filled, you just paid your money, you got to get off the bus and wait for the next bus. What if that was happening here in Chicago today? Wouldn't you go off and become an activist? Would you go off and become? You wouldn't stand for that. So for 386 days, black folks in Montgomery, Alabama, where some of you say you still have relatives, refused to ride the bus, which started a movement. And there were many young men and women in the black community, the age you are today, that helped lead that movement. And a few years later, believe it or not, the students created an organization in the South to help the civil rights movement called the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC. And they were 16, 17. You see them students over in Egypt? You see them students over in the various areas of North Africa today that are in the streets? They got that from the students over here watching video and YouTube and technology, because that's what we were doing in the 60s, to overthrow racial segregation under the law. So what does this have to do with right now? February 25th, 2011, this beautiful high school in this beautiful building with your teachers and your principals and your parents and your friends. It is the survival. It is the destiny of a people. So the question is today, what are you going to be doing with your life 4 years from now? 8 years from now? What do you want to be? How are you going to equip yourself to not participate in what they got in store called a prison industrial complex? That's the challenge. And I know in this room there's some bright people. I was just in 2 or 3 classes and I felt it. We are great people. Sometimes we just don't act like it. We are a great people. Do you understand that? Right now, we just need a little fire. We need a little spirit. We need a little energy. See, when I was growing up, and I'm going to end this, I grew up as a Negro. But doggone it, when James Brown came out with it, and Malcolm was talking black, and he was with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and we began to hear a different song and a different tune here in Chicago, and this discussion kept going on and going on about, hey, Malcolm used to say, what's wrong with us? You left everything in Africa. You left your mind in Africa. And this kind of dialogue and discussion took place. This is in the 1960s, y'all. And all of a sudden, James Brown came out with it, said, say it loud, not black, not proud. It was little school kids all across the United States who picked that song up and started going to school, say it loud, not black, not proud. Say it out. Pretty soon, everybody in the country was saying, say it loud, not black, and I'm proud. And overnight, this nomenclature, this description of who we are changed. And then there was another song. A gifted singer named Nina Simone and a musician saying, young, gifted, and black. Brothers and sisters, I was at the Auditorium Theater in 1968 downtown with young people just like yourself, and Nina Simone gave this concert and sang 2 songs that stood out in my mind, Mississippi Goddamn, and Young, Gifted, and Black, concluding her performance that evening, and she was so powerful with that song, all the young people in the auditorium, 2,000 of them stood up and put their fists up. So we killed the Negro. And then we began to understand not only were we black, we were connected to Africa. We found out that African people were in Puerto Rico. African people were in Jamaica. African people were in Haiti. And then we found out about the Haitian Revolution. We began to find out all kinds of stuff that they kept from us, that they hid. And so I'm glad to be here today with you beautiful young people. The future. The future. And if you don't remember anything I say today, the next time you go to 26th in California, think of it as an economic enterprise to wipe us out. lawyers, judges, clerks, police officers, building, maintenance, food. All this is economics for other people. So let's stop it. Let's cut it out. Let's make the right decision is what I like. Can we say, let's make the right decision? Just say that. Make the right decision. Make the right decision. More than a dope dealer. More than a gangbanger. More than a gangster. There was a great man by the name of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And he used to say, he was a great man. Look his name up, Google him. He used to say, when he concluded his speaking in the 1920s, up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. Up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. Let's say that. Up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. Let's hear it. Up you mighty race. Oh, come on now. Up you mighty race. 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 Now let me just conclude with one final thing. Because some of the people in this room who don't look like Africans got African in them.
That's right.
You don't have to look African to have African in you, because they was all over the world regular.
That's right.
So let me just say that one time I was in a movement as an activist, and we were talking about freeing the continent of Africa from colonialism, and we had a big march in 1972. And this march was called African Liberation Day. It was young people, just like 50, 60,000 young people. We were marching to overthrow colonialism in Mozambique, Angola, Guinea-Bissau, South Africa, Namibia. Can you imagine that? And we was marching down the streets of Washington, D.C. by the White House. 1972, May 27. I'm a young man. I'm on fire. And you know what we were singing? We are an African people, yo ho, 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 ho. We are an African people, yo ho, 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 ho. We are an African people, yo ho, 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 ho. We are an African people, yo ho, ho, ho. Come on. We are, stand up, let's go, come on. Come on, let's go, come on, let's go. We are an African people, yo ho, 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 ho. We are an African people, yo ho, 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 ho. We are an African people, yo ho, ho, ho. This side.
Now we'll bring up Keith Moore with the theme explanation. Clap it up.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm actually standing here before you to explain to you what is more than just. Okay. How many of you all know what today's theme is?
More than just.
Right. More than just. When we talk about being more than just, we have to know what we are talking about. Doing more and being and being about more than just surface or what we see up front. What is even better is that all of us here have the opportunity to visualize what is more than just. We can make people laugh, and we can get back to college campuses just like Bill Cosby did. Or we can tell stories back from the hood and put those words to beats. Sell and make millions, but turn back around and give millions back to charity. Become an entrepreneur, become an author just like Jay-Z did. That is what our theme is about. We are more than just mistakes. We are resilient. Wait, actually I just found out what that word means yesterday, resilient. So I'm actually feeling it. I'm gonna say it again. We are resilient. We are more than just rappers. We are risk takers. We are more than just. Now, I don't even need this. Now we will present the poem that LaPortia Apple will be speaking, called More Than Just an African American.
The name of my poem is More Than African American. I am more than an African American. More than a slave forced onto a ship. More than my beautiful words and my beautiful black skin, though I love to embrace it. I am more than an African American who woke up to a dream of equality, peace, and freedom. Still, I have a dream to become more than African American. I am more than a woman who refused to see, more than a creator of hair care products to maintain my coarse texture. I am a scholar, a poet, and idealist. I am the great debater. I am more than a woman who led slaves to freedom. I am living in freedom, in front of freedom, and surrounded by freedom. I am their fight. I am freedom. I am a multi-talented gift from God, a blessing in disguise. I am black, I am chocolate, and I am a proud African American.
Clap it up for Portia again. Nice crowd, nice crowd. Now we will have More Than Just a 7-Year-Old by Trinity Bonifay.
Can I get 30 seconds to come? It's an honor for me today as a father to present to you my daughter, Trinity Noemi Bonifay. I'm going to tell you right now that it's not easy to be a father. Once you have a kid, as a man, you have to step up. And the responsibilities for a beautiful girl and a beautiful boy is that we have to be responsible. We need to know who we have. We need to love on them and put a lot of time and effort. So what you're going to see, the talent that my daughter has, is because I nourish it, because I love her. And a lot of kids are growing up as parents. For those of you that are parents, or in the future when you become parents, you got to nurture your kids' gifts and talents, right?
it up to the little lady. All right. Stevie Wonder taught us that music is the universal language, and along with music comes dance. The famous African-American dancer, Catherine Dunham, has taught our generations, Debbie Allen, that dance can be more than just contemporary, it can be jazz. The famous African-American dancer, Bill Bojangles Robinson, has taught our generation, Savion Glover, that dance can be more than just step, tap. It can be step. Dance is the silent form of entertainment, but when mixed with music, it becomes more than just dance. It becomes rhythm and soul and beautiful art. Now watch our Westtown Academy dancers display famous dances as far back as the 1960s with the twist to the recent as today with the jerk.
You
I know this is not on the schedule right now, but I felt that I should take the time out and say that this is a great show today. Yeah. And I feel that. And I hope that y'all do like this video, man, because we really actually took our time out and did this for the whole school.
Hi, my name is LaPortia Adler, and I am more than just an African American. Not only am I a proud black individual, I am also a student. I'm a poet, a model in my spare time, a dancer, and a singer. My musical talent ranges from the great Etta James and Nina Simone to the glamorous Beyonce Knowles. For the next segment in our program, the music review, I will be reciting a poem by Etta James, and I will also sing her song, All I Can Do Is Cry.
Also, after LaPortia sing, you will see a video produced by Miss Thompson, which is over there by the window. Michael Bear, he's not here right now. AWOL, which helped us make our song, which produced our song. Michael Richmond, James Hawkins, Keith Moore, and myself, Deshaun Ward. In this video, we rap about being more than just our current circumstance or conditions. In other words, it doesn't matter if we come from a bad or negative environment. We set our minds on positive and meaningful goals. The sky is the limit. For example, one of the lines out of my verse goes like, stopping for no one, living for achieving a dream set in front of me, doing all I can, making all proud while making history, by achieving high goals set in front of me. That was one of my verses.
Alright, after the video, LaPortia, Deshaun Ward, James Hawkins, and myself will sing Lean on Me. No matter how much we do or what we are more than just. We still need support from each other in our community. There is no community without unity. We all need someone to lean on. Without further delay, we present to you our music review.
This is my poem called Miss Peaches. Born January the 25th, Miss Peaches was her name. In 1993, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. From that point forward, her career blew up fast. I won't even begin to get started on the hit single. At last, my love has come along, which has been featured in movies, commercials, and shows, and so on and forth. This woman could sing right through to your soul, only using her voice. She was best known as Miss Etta James throughout all of the land. Her father, Minnesota Fats, was a pool-playing man. The first time she recorded in the studio, her first tape was used and made #1 on the top 100 throughout the nation. This is my rendition of Etta James' classic, All I Can Do Is Cry. Church bells are ringing. I heard a choir singing. I saw my love walk down the aisle.
Stopping for no one, living for it all. One finger in the sky saying I'ma forgive them all. My heart full of pain, best believe I ain't gon' fall. Before my last breath, best believe I'm gon' brawl. Ain't nothing stopping me, can't nothing put me down. Success is my kingdom, education is my crown. Soul bleeding through the track, can't you hear it in my sound? Feet firmly planted on the ground.
A heart full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith, our faith. Life full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith, our faith.
Stopping for no one, living for achieving a dream set in front of me, doing all I can, making all proud while making history, by achieving high goals set in front of me. Yeah, the life I see for me is a life of happiness. Through those dark eyes, I can only see grief and sorrow. Through the pain, through so much, yes, I'm to take the blame. But the next time you see me, I won't be in the frame, cause
heart full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith, our faith. Life full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith, our faith.
As a child, never did I smile, hard cries plowed through our hours, forcing me to reach out for what peace, happiness for the least, specifically the minorities who's living to die in these streets. It bothers me, not running through my sleep, first in my soul spiritually. Demons, they confine me from my goals set out in front of me. Oh Lord, please take control of me before we all destroy out here in these streets.
Heart full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith, our faith. Life full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith, our faith.
Haters off the imitators, some try to emulate the things that's been done. Let your cowards know real rap is not real, but hey, my dreams only play like I'm eating $1 million worth of steak, while I'm still on the paper chase, trying to make sure my family's straight. Completely hard challenging, standing for it all, ball till you fall, yeah, your boy got it all. I'm gone like an audible, something like a player too, yeah.
Heart full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith, our faith. Life full of pain, so tired of lies and games, so tired of tears that fall from our faith.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. If we are wise, we know that there's always
Did y'all enjoy the program?